my channel. Today's video is definitely a very big part of my life that I will be talking about to you guys. So today I'm going to be talking about my acne journey, and let me tell you, it is a long journey. Just a quick disclaimer, whatever worked for me in the past or whatever works for me now might not work for you. Everyone's skin is completely different and everyone has just the most random triggers to their acne or skin concerns. Right now I'm wearing makeup just because I wanted to look good for, like, you know, my intro and most of my video, but I will be taking my makeup off. I'll start out with when I first started getting acne and started feeling like it was affecting my confidence. So I first started getting a pimple or two in middle school. I'd have one and I would be very ashamed of it. I think I've mentioned this before, but I'd use like a Neutrogena foundation to like cover it up. I didn't really know the difference between foundation or concealer at the time. Around 8th grade is when it kind of started getting worse and worse. I remember waking up maybe freshman year of high school, looking at the mirror, seeing pimples. I don't even remember exactly where the pimples were. I think they were like all over my forehead, and just texting my mom, crying, being like, "Mom, please take me to the dermatologist. My skin is terrible." And she's known before that I've had like skin concerns with my acne, but she never really wanted to take me to a dermatologist because she didn't want them to prescribe me medications that I take orally that could possibly affect me negatively. And I understand exactly why she said that, and I'll get back to that later. Anywho, I have all of those medications written down. I just want to say I've gone to the dermatologist so many times for my acne, and there's definitely been times where it has helped my acne and where it hasn't. The thing that has never really shown a major difference is topical creams. Your acne is just going to come back, and you can't be using those topical creams forever. Your skin will end up getting used to it and your acne will come back. Okay, so some of the products my dermatologist recommended are Retin-A. My dermatologist also recommended clindamycin. Don't exactly know what that is. Clindamycin was actually also a ingredient in my recent Curology prescription. They've also told me to use benzoyl peroxide. And here's the last one that I want to talk about that they've prescribed to me that isn't topical, that kind of ruined my life. Well, not really. I'm kind of being dramatic. The last one, doxycycline, aka an antibiotic. I don't want to like scare anyone who's taking antibiotics right now. If you're taking it, it's fine. I just suggest you to eat a lot of yogurt or something with probiotics. FYI, dairy-free yogurts have probiotics in them, which is something I love. Doxycycline was recommended to me to kill the bacteria that causes acne in me. So doxycycline is an antibiotic pill that you take every 12 hours. So I would take it in the morning and at night. And in the morning when I take it, it has to be on an empty stomach. The acidity or whatever it is that's in that pill would make me so damn nauseous. I literally have thrown up just water and the pill and looked in the toilet, and you literally just see that yellow pill floating around. God, it's my nightmare. I will make sure in the future that my kids will never have to take antibiotics for their acne. I will literally find any other solution except for antibiotics. I'm not even done with like why it sucks. I took antibiotics for about 6 months, and 3-4 months in, I actually saw such a big difference in my skin like I have never seen before. It was my dream. I would wake up and not even feel like I needed to wear makeup because my skin was so clear. And good for me for those few months, but when my pills finished, I just stopped taking them, and my acne actually did stay away for a few months after. I took antibiotics again after those few months, and then I believe I developed antibiotic resistance because I didn't keep on taking it. I just stopped, built the resistance, and then I couldn't really get my acne to go away after I tried to take antibiotics again. Now, like I mentioned earlier, antibiotics do not only kill bad bacteria that causes your acne. Antibiotics also kill the good bacteria. They just kill all bacteria. So down there has good and bad bacteria that you need to keep that whole down there area balanced. So me taking my antibiotics caused an imbalance with the bacteria, therefore causing, drumroll please, a yeast infection. I'm not joking, and as gross as that sounds, I think my body was just like, I was actually a few months ago talking to this lady who was like taking antibiotics and telling me, oh, I need to remember to drink water. I was like, oh, you're taking antibiotics? Ugh, it like caused a little problem with me. She was like, do you mean a yeast infection? I was like, yeah. Moving along. So clearly the dermatologist wasn't, I mean, it helped, but I wanted to go to someone who specialized in acne. Freshman year of college, I got a job. So I started to make money and I was like, okay, I see people get facials and stuff like that. I need to do something for my skin. So a friend that I worked with at Starbucks recommended a place called Acneology. I'm going to show you 2 pictures of the time when I was like, that's it, I'm starting Acneology. This picture actually like shocks me and kind of like makes me a little upset because I'm like, man, like what was I doing so wrong? Because I mean, my skin hasn't like been this bad in the past year, which I'm very, very thankful for. So as you're looking at it, I'm going to be looking at it. In this picture, you can just see so much congestion in my forehead. I mean, there may not be too many red dots from my blemishes. There are so many bumps around here, some that are red, some that are just very clogged pores. Okay, so here's a different picture. It's basically the same exact picture, just a little bit of a different angle. So before I show any more pictures, I just want to tell everyone in the audience that you cannot get rid of your acne just by drinking water. Second thing I've heard, just wash your face. The third one that I've heard is, have you tried not eating fried foods? The fourth one I've heard, have you tried not wearing makeup? Do you think when I first started getting pimples, it was because I was wearing makeup every day? None of those are going to be the magic pill for everybody or the vast majority of people that do have acne, just so you know. So, all right, let's move along. So when you go to Acneology, they kind of do a little skin analysis where they look at your skin, a day moisturizer, an SPF, and a nighttime cream that has acne stuff in it, which by the way, none of them really helped. So every, I think it was like 4 to 6 weeks, I'd go in, they would wash my face, tone it, put a little chemical peel on there. I remember my skin would literally peel like snake skin like a few days later, especially if I was wearing makeup, like you could see it and it's so gross. So they'd also do extractions using a little tool, basically pop all those like little clogged pores. And they would also use a little high frequency kind of wand that would just like zap my skin, kind of smell like electricity. It was basically just to calm redness. And then they would use a red LED light. I remember when I would get home from those appointments, I would have red dots all over because of the extractions. I would just look so crazy. But anyways, I did that for about 1 year and it was very, very expensive and I wasn't seeing as much of a difference as I would have hoped to see. And again, Acneology may work for some people, but it did not work for me. So this is where the pictures get really brutal, and a lot of people, when I mention that I've had acne before, they don't believe me because I believe I'm somewhat of a pro at covering it up, I suppose. Okay, I'm gonna just put these pictures like over my face. Here you can see a lot of congestion around my lip area. Here's another angle. Ugh, it's so bad under my lips. And then I remember this picture being like just so terrifying to me because of like all the redness and the reflection of like my acne products off of my blemishes. But yeah, this one, it's pretty bad. I know people have much worse acne, but to me this was like very intense and brought my confidence down to such extreme levels. Here's a picture of when it started developing around my jawline area, which was really irritating because every time I got a pimple it would go away but then it would scar, so I felt like I was just getting red pimples all around my face that were eventually going to just scar. Here's more pictures of it being around like my jaw and cheek area, so it literally moved away from my T-zone into my cheek area. This is from last year, not too long ago, where it's all over the bottom half of my face. And the last pictures I've submitted to Curology were in December of 2018, where I had pimples kind of all over, but for the most part they trickled down to my jaw and chin area. Definitely the first year that I was using Curology, I saw a huge difference. So Curology is one of the things that did work for me, and I think that if I were very desperate I would actually go back to them, but ask them to change the formula. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this video by kind of just saying what things have triggered my acne, what has worked for me overall. But first, let me take off my makeup. Okay, barefaced. I've yet to wash my face with actual soap. One major trigger is rubbing my face all over my cat. Now, cats use litter boxes, so they kind of come in, and of course their fur rubs up against their litter box, their paws touch feces, and if I'm rubbing that over my face, of course it's going to make that area break out. So eating a lot of fast food or indulging a lot definitely does make my skin break out. It's also kind of creamier things, so milk, chocolate, or dairy. I have tried eliminating dairy out of my diet. It hasn't changed my skin too much. This is kind of a little given, but I know a lot of girls don't wash their hair every day. If I go more than one day without washing my hair, all of my like oils and stuff kind of make me break out around my hairline and even like around here, because this is kind of like where a lot of my bangs will just like touch my face and be oily and stuff. Something that helped me for a very, very long time with my acne. While I was with Daniel, I remember I had a very strict workout routine with him that lasted about 6, 7, 8 months, and I didn't have acne during almost the entire period that we were working out. I could eat anything I wanted to and I wouldn't get acne. Lastly, I used an Origins face mask. It looks just like this one. It's a charcoal face mask that I did use religiously for a while, and my acne definitely wasn't as bad while I was using this. My last message before my camera dies would have to be, just keep trying when it comes to your acne. Don't listen to anyone when they tell you, oh, just stop eating dairy, or oh, just wash your face, you're using the wrong face wash. No, for everyone it's completely different. Try some of the things that helped me, like working out or Curology, although I'm not sponsored by them, maybe one day. I hope that you don't think that you're the only person in the world who has very bad acne. Just remember, other people are dealing with acne as well. We're all struggling together here. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!